My name is Siim Visman, and I'm going to talk to you today about automation and why it's amazing. Who I am. I have been working in Playtech about 8 years. My current position is operational tools team leader. I have held various positions in this company, but right now our team is responsible of configuration management domain and automation development. I am incurable optimist who is going to tell you speak you how we are managing hundreds or thousands and thousands servers all over the globe. And let's see why we started and how everything works today. Today's topics. I am going to tell you about 3 of our main automation tools what we have. All these tools are built in-house and according to our own needs. So, and to support our growing business, I introduce a company a bit. Playtech is established in 1999 in Tartu. Our stocks are traded in London Stock Exchange in the main market today, and our main development offices are located in Estonia, Sweden, Bulgaria, Ukraine, and United Kingdom. We have over 5,000 employees all over the globe, and 670 about this in Estonia. Our main research and development center is located in Tartu, and here you can see all the countries where our data centers are located all over the globe. In Canada, in Mexico, in Europe, and Philippines and Singapore also. We have about 100 private clouds, about 3,000 physical servers, and about 25,000 virtual machines. It's amazing. And how the system works. We have the central services here, and we have site where all the activities or business activities are taken. We have about 18 different production sites all over these data centers you see, and how we are orchestrating and managing the service installation, maintenances, and everything else. Basically, we have our own automation database and all the another supporting services like custom reporting, configuration management database, Puppet Master, vCenter servers, CIPSA for certificate management, LDAP for access controls, DNS servers, repositories for packages, and so on. And some of these services we are replicating to the production sites that's easy to access and without any network delays between Europe and Asia, for example. And our main tools for orchestrating all this logic between site managers is mainly focused for infrastructure setup and configurations, and product operation management system, what called POMS, is mainly focused to the product side. In each and every site we have hundreds of application servers, few databases, and dozens of servers containing the supporting services. And why we started? We tried to support our business growth and also reduce the time to market by automating our activities, what we are doing. Our goal was reduced time to market from 6 months to 2 weeks. And including everything, capacity calculations, procurement, everything. And also improve maintainability and provide best solutions to our customers, because which company would like to do that. Improve maintainability by standardizing and centralizing configurations, using policy engines, and so on. Okay, let's talk about Site Manager, which is our main orchestrator for site setups and the infrastructure change activities. This is an in-house written tool, written in C basically, and very efficient to delegate system administrator activities to change or deployment coordinators. What was our vision? Reduce time to market, be a one-stop shop for all activities, what you have to do there, enforce our policies all over the infrastructure, and unified infrastructure layout, enhance security by patching and central management, orchestration and APIs to simplify integrations between Site Manager and other departments' automation tools which let them automate their process and be more efficient. And what we got? Site Manager is a central tool to manage products through the life cycle. Doesn't matter if you need to create the site, scale it up, scale it down, change the configuration, deploy new packages, new components to the existing virtual machines or the new ones. It's a single interface for accessing all our underlying infrastructure. We can configure our hypervisor, we can configure our networks, DNS records, virtual machine, firewall, load balancers, everything from one place. And of course, our products. I will show you later one screenshot. And also, we want to manage anti-affinity rules from one central place to make sure that we are not deploying business-critical services on top of the same physical host to increase the high availability. And of course, this system should be a data source for configuration management and central CMDB that everyone else from the company can see the data there, how it's configured, where and why. This is the Site Manager layout. The application itself, you can just click the site, new site, for example, IMS Casino, and it generates all this configuration automatically for you. You can just tick what service you want. All the configuration is generated automatically. If you need to change something, you can change it, and after that, just deploy the site, and everything happens. Amazing, isn't it? Because before that, the same activity took about 3 months. What are our benefits? The number here is not a typo. We decreased this site building time about from 3 months to 1 day, and it's 66 times less than before. We achieved the goal that we have a standard input for configuration management, where we can get this metadata, and also after that all the exact data what we are discovering our systems. We improved our patch management by centralizing configurations and versioning, and of course access management. In one central place you can give one or another users whatever access you need. If you want to change a role, lock the account, open it, and anything synced automatically to the site or server, depends on which layer you want to change or add or remove permissions. Standardizing configuration all over company, which means that it allows us automate more and more, because it's easier if you don't need to think about exceptions and also APIs what other automation tools are using. Let's talk about also a bit product operation management system. Why we created this and what it does. Product operation is a department what is taking care of product. After that it passes the QA test and goes to production. They are deploying it, maintaining it, investigating it if something goes broke or wrong, and so on. We had problem cross-site data queries. They took too long. You can imagine that one person is executing queries in 80 sites. They are logging into the databases and just execute the same query, get the results, and put them together. The same thing about configuration updating. Also, we needed a single tool or single interface for deployment management to reduce deployment preparation and deployment time. And it would be good if you can do it in parallel. Delegation of common task, meaning that a lot of development units ask data, how their products are configured, which scripts are used, which functionality are used in production, and we think that it's good if we can give them the functionality that they can get it themselves without accessing production. And easy integration with existing tools. Our APIs or before the central tool, we had a lot of scripts which is deployed in separately and manually to the sites to help investigation and product operation activities. And we had the idea that let's put everything together to the central place, and then we can execute it against each and every site from one place. And what we get auto-discover tool of system and services. It can take data from multiple data sources, meaning that it can take the product configuration from product database, from our central database, what is discovered by our previous site manager, and also from file system level the configuration, compares it, and if something is wrong, then raise the flag and we can fix it and go ahead. The sitebook interface, what gives a baseline and a quick understanding of the sites, what is configured and how. The custom SQL query, which is exactly the thing what I already mentioned, that we had problem to executing queries in multiple sites. Now we have one window, and we can just choose the sites and execute the query as much sites as we need, and we can download the results from Excel. Reports interface for predefined reports to allow development or business units to access data what they need without having the production access. They can log in into the one place and ask data. Mass deployment interface for deployment management. Again, the same logic that they can list the site, list the release versions, and just push the button and it will work in parallel. And the plugins compliant design that we can add the existing functionality to one central point. Probably everybody loves screenshot. This is one example of sitebook where you can see the general information about our site. This is our internal production site where we are integrating our products. The status is active, it's discoverable, the type, all the languages, what is configured, all the products and versions, supported languages, and companies who is working in this site. Here you can see also the casino-related information, payment methods, cashier, wallets, integrated networks, which host belongs to this site and which instances are configured there. It gives you a very good overview and a starting point for investigations. Key benefit what we achieved. 50% less time spent on all routine deployments, and most of the deployments we can do without any system administrator involvement. Deployment coordinators just can prepare it and push the button. Up to the 20 times less time spent on cross-site data queries by using the same SQL query interface, choosing the site, and you can get the results as quick as latest site respond. The interface itself puts everything together, and you can download it from Excel format and start your analyzing. Usually it takes less than 5 minutes. Quick overview of situation in all production sites. Using the sitebook interface, you can see what is configured how, and if there's not something wrong, then you can just start the investigation. POMS is a useful tool for 30% of Playtech Estonia employees, and the number is growing in each and every month. So we have one tool left to talk, and after that we can see how they are working together in production and how it look like. Deployment activation tool, it's a site-based tool which help us to activate all our products or actually manage all our products in production. Doesn't matter if we need to activate, restart, stop the service, or some service components. It takes our data from ICR document. ICR is installation and configuration requirement documentation for each and every release. There is written down all the dependencies and for the next release rollouts. Doesn't matter if it's configuration change or the server's activation order. TAT services provides us also the seamless downtime operation during seamless downtimes during the change operation, because it takes nodes down one by one and upgrading the packages, and it's seamless for the end users. This is one thing what we did before manually. Also, it allows to change product middleware version. If the service itself is down in one virtual machine, then it doesn't matter if you change the virtual machine also, if you change the middleware also or not. And one deployment with this tool can affect up to the 45 different product service. and usually we are managing up to the 8 or 10, let's say up to the 10 mass deployments in parallel. This is the drawing, how all these products are working together. Everything starts here when product release comes out. Development teams writes the machine-readable ICR document and puts it to the repository. After that, the product operation management system can read it, send this data to the site manager via APIs, what we have, and say to the site manager, please take packages and sync it to the one or another site, doesn't matter. It can sync the same package in parallel also to multiple sites. And once the packets are in sites, then POMS asks site manager to install all these packages to virtual machines. Once it's done, then POMS asks DAT service to start activating services one by one. It looks like DAT service basically ask the version from virtual machine. If the version is lower or different from the ICR document here, then the service DAT ask the virtual machine to stop the service, and once it's done, then it changed the version and start it again. Once the services are up, then once the product service is up, then DAT asks the product to the health check. If the health check is okay, after that DAT service asks the VM to run discovery script and put this data to our central database. And it do it for each and every component. We have one exception with web services that F5 our load balancer is involved, meaning that F5 is polling service health check, and if the DAT server say that please go to the maintenance mode, then just F5 takes this service out from this pool, and everything else is the same. Wait till all these connections or all this activity are done, and then switch the version and put it start the service again and put it back to the pool, and check once the health check status is okay again, then put it back to the pool automatically. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see what are the main benefits that we achieved, and conclusions. Using all these automation tools, we improved our process about 20 times, which means that before we were able to manage about 1,500 servers, and after automation, everything together, we are able to manage 25,000 and good more. We have everything is built or we are using it as a policy, meaning that we are pushing our policy on different levels, on global or site or service or component. We can handle the exception because we are storing the configuration centrally, and it helps us a lot to be comfortable with the changes coming from development teams. And okay, and if you do something more than once, please write the script. Automation is amazing, isn't it? And if you have not started with your automation today, then please do it before tomorrow. Thank you, and it's time for questions and answers.
How long did it take to do this?
We have had different phases. We started at 2010, I guess. With the site, actually it wasn't site manager, it was virtual machine manager, but after that it was site manager, and we have continuously improved the process during all these 5 years. With the bombs, we started about around 2012 or I believe 2012 quarter 4 or something. And the DAT services is the quite fresh. We started last year. More questions? Okay, probably if we don't have more questions, then this is two choices, that everybody understands everything or nobody understands anything. But okay, thank you.